Well, Graham, I suppose it's about how you recover now after Tuesday night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need to bounce back. We need a response. We got one. We got one after the Accrington game. And I'm confident in the group, confident in the lads that we will get a response.
How is Carl Jameson?
First signs doesn't look too good. Doesn't. We're not expecting him to be with us this weekend. So obviously we'll take our lead off the doctors, the experts, the scans when they come back. But yeah, it doesn't look too clever at this moment in time. It was a big blow to us at the time, and it will be a big blow to us going forward if there's any longevity in the injury. Our fingers are crossed, our hands are clasped, and we're asking we're in the hands of the lap of the gods. Actually, we're asking for a little bit of luck, a little break of a ball, a little bit of fortune if we can. That would be nice. It would be the first time that it's happened to us at this football club. But look, as I said to the lads, I always say expect the worst, but hope for the best.
Do you know what the injury is exactly?
I thought it was a hamstring at the time, but it wasn't. It's actually a hip flexor. So the information we're getting from Kyle is not good. It doesn't sound good. So again, that's all. Look, we'll obviously have to wait to see what the scans come back with and what they say, what they discover, what they find. But the information he's given to the medical staff is he's heard a noise, he's heard a pop, and that doesn't sound too good. So yeah, again, like I say, we're in the lap of the gods. We're just hoping that it's not as bad as first thought. I'm
no expert on these things, but are you talking possibly weeks with a flexor?
Well, if the worst comes to the worst, you'd be actually talking longer than weeks, to be honest. So if what we felt it was in the first place, if it is that's longevity really. That's you're talking Christmas, you're talking January. But again, like I say, I'm talking here with no information or no exact or no facts to my conversation. I'm actually in the lap of the scan, the doctors. So when that comes back, we'll have a clearer indication. So, like I say, fingers crossed. Hopefully, it's not as first indicated.
Yeah, fear rather than knowledge, as you say. James Clark, he appears to be on the way back.
Yeah, Clarky's come in. Clarky's trained. He's got a training session under his belt on Wednesday. He looked okay, to be fair, so fingers crossed. I go in this morning and fingers crossed there's a clean bill of health and he's past fit and he can then come back and join the squad. Clarky's problem will be lack of grass time, lack of training time. He's had an injury, and he's obviously had that little bit of a cold, so he's been off. And the hard part, I suppose, at this stage of the season is we're in recovery mode, and then game mode, recovery mode. There is no training time, so that again will count against us. But yeah, look, hopefully he's all fit, healthy, and recovered, and he's able to join the squad for the weekend.
You told us on Tuesday you're still looking, the window's still open, but people have got to be patient, particularly in the search for a striker, as you said. Any developments there?
No, not at this moment in time. Like I say, I keep getting. I think I'm getting the right ones, but the right ones are not coming because they're obviously they're doing okay, and they're finding themselves in their first team. They're finding themselves with higher options. So that is obviously that's a frustrating part of the job for me. But no, I'm sure something will fall. I've got a number of strikers that we spoke to, we looked at, but I want to get the right one. And fingers crossed, I don't have to wait too long before Ozan Zala and Omar Bogle are coming back as well. So yeah, I think it's key that we get the right one rather than just the numbers, rather than just a name or a number. Let's try and get the right striker with the right pedigree, the right ingredients. Ideally, like I said the other night, and I don't come away from that, I would like to maybe bring a little bit more experience, a little bit more nous, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit more expertise into the dressing room. We can as a club can only get so far with the young'uns, the loans, and so forth. But yeah, I'd like to bring in a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of experience, somebody that can help us a little bit on the pitch as well.
Would a long-term Carl Jameson injury alter your priorities in the window?
Yes, yeah, probably would, yeah. But look, that's the hand I'm dealt with. That's something we'll manoeuvre, something we'll deal with if and when it arises. But look, like I say, every football club, every football manager up and down the country will have similar issues, will have similar tales to tell as well. So, and by no means do I want it to become an excuse and something for us to look at and say, oh well, hard luck and it's this, that, and the other. There's enough opportunity for us to do that, but we don't as a club, we don't as a dressing room. We just get up and get on with whatever's chucked their way. Like I said, I think I said it in the past. Firefighting has become something that I'm getting really good at. So look, if it's a case that we have to fight another fire, we'll go and do it. Not a problem.
You take the first half on Tuesday into Forest Green. You'd be optimistic because there were some positives there, weren't there?
Oh, there was lots of positives, yeah, lots of positives to be fair. But unfortunately, the game is two halves, as they say. It's 2:45. It's not just one. We didn't come out in the second half on Tuesday, and that was my biggest problem, my biggest frustration, my biggest gripe with the players. How they can play that well against Charlton, against Doncaster, and for the first half against Crewe, and then all of a sudden. Now there was mitigating circumstances with that. Yes, we've tracked the data, we've looked at the numbers and things like that. Yes, there was an element of fatigue. In hindsight, I should have and I could have and probably should have made 3 or 4 changes at half time. But when the lads are playing that well and we look as if we are in full control of a game, I don't tend to make the changes, and probably I didn't the other night, so that would have to be on my head because I thought we were really good, I thought we were really comfortable at half time, and I could only see us getting better and better. But you could certainly see when Crewe went through the gears, they went up a level in the second half, they moved the ball quicker, they used the width a little bit more, they asked a few more questions of us. Our response was flat, our response was tired, our response was fatigued. And it wasn't until the subs came on and the 3 lads came on. It wasn't until then we got a foothold in the second half. But by then the game was gone. So look, I'd have to accept the second half performance was probably down to myself rather than the players because of what they have given us over the last few weeks. And I should have probably, in hindsight, I should have maybe made 3 changes at half time rather than waiting to 70 minutes.
What are you expecting of Forest Green?
Very good team, very good technical team. They've obviously had their stint in League One. They've had the disappointment of relegation as well. They've lost their manager obviously last year or the start of the season. There's been a little bit of turmoil behind the scenes with them there. But look, we've seen them over the last few games. We've watched them. We've had them looked at. I was over there actually to play Sheffield Wednesday back in March. I was over there as well at that game. So it's going to be a stern test. They're a very good technical team. And they've got really, really decent, strong, powerful players. They're adding to their squad again with a little bit of nous and expertise and knowledge in Troy Deeney coming in up alongside Matty Taylor, and that's a strike force that belongs in the higher divisions, not in League Two. So very, very dangerous team. And they've got a lot of power at the back with Big Ryan Innes, obviously set pieces who we will know well from his time here at Newport. So a really dangerous team, really, really good, dangerous team, footballing team. They play a certain brand of football, which is pleasing, nice to watch. But like I say, it'll be about us, not them. I'll be concentrating on ourselves. I always say 80% us, 20% the opposition.
Last one. Last season, the away form was actually better than the home form. Obviously, it's been encouraging in the one game you've had here. But away from home, is it as much about mentality? You talked about fatigue second half, but is it about mentality? Because that's 2 away games when you conceded lots of goals.
Well, I think you've hit the nail on the head. You concede goals, you're going to be in trouble. You've hit the nail on the head there with conceding. But the basic errors, we're not getting ripped apart, we're not getting played off the park, we're switching off, we're doing daft things, we're giving a leg up to the opposition, we're giving the opposition gifts, where we have to work hard for our outcomes, our results, our goals. We have to work hard for anything we do. We're giving the opposition a leg up, and that for me is probably where my frustration lies. Mentality, mindset, yeah, it's about that. But Like I say, it's 2 games, 2 away games. Yes, we conceded sloppy goals. We conceded not really goals that we normally concede. But again, like I say, it's a new group of lads. Very early to be judging home and away form. I think we're 3 games in. Yeah, I get that, but it's definitely mentality. It's definitely mindset. And it's definitely, we got to stop giving the opposition a hand, a helping hand, a leg up, a lift, call it whatever terminology you want to put on it. But we got to turn them strong performances, i.e. the first 45 minutes at Crewe and the first half at Accrington. We've got to turn them into goals, into points, and we've got to find clean sheet mentality from somewhere. I believe that's where it starts, and that's where it has to start. So yeah, look, the group is still coming together. There's a massive involvement in the team, the way we've played. We tried to be a little bit more open. We tried to be a little bit more expansive. The football is, listen, I guess it'd be down to the supporters, the fans to make the call and make the judgment on it. But I think the football that we're playing this year is a lot better, a lot different, and it's exciting. But yeah, like you say, is it 18 goals or 17 goals we've had in our first 4 games, which is we're probably the club to come to watch if you want goals, whether that be for or against. But yeah, the games have been really exciting, the games have been really open, the games have been really expansive. So I might have to change my own mentality, my own mindset, because I want us to try and evolve into a better team. And I actually enjoy watching us. Didn't the 45 minutes, don't enjoy the defending at this moment in time, but I'm sure that's something that I can work on, I can sort out. But like I say, the problem with the games now at the minute, the game programme, is there's no coaching. I'm not able to get on the field and actually coach the lads, to be honest. It's just all about recovery. So I can't wait for next week, for Saturday. And if we can get into September and we can go Saturday, we should get some really good coaching sessions into the lads and hopefully maybe help them. Because they need a little bit of help defensively and with set pieces and with the opposition when they come at us and ask questions of us, and that again will come down to me, and that's part of my job. So yeah, I can't wait to get going and get working with them really on the because we've got something to work with now. We're not working blind, whereas pre-season you probably are. So we've got some games now under our belt. We've got some errors that we need to fix, and we've got some patterns of play and things we need to introduce on the training ground.
Can we expect the team to be freshened up a little bit then? Have you got the scope to do that at the moment?
I've got players, I've got bodies, I've got players there. I would ideally like to freshen the team up. It's one of them. Again, look, I'll have to look and see what I've got this morning, who's available, who's not available. I'm sure there will be one or two knocks and bumps and bruises. But ideally, do I take the jerseys off the lads who've played really, really well at Charlton, at Doncaster, and then give us a really good 45 minutes at Crewe? Harsh maybe, but like I say, it's about winning games. So if I have to freshen the team up, I will. Do I have the personnel to go in and affect the team in the same way that the lads are in the team? Again, it's strength and depth. That comes down to strength and depth. So there's one or two there that can go in. Yeah, there is one or two players there that can go in and can help us, and it's something that we'll definitely look at.
Yeah. Zamzala's a while off, isn't he? Is Bogle still a week or two away as well?
Yeah, Omar will be probably a couple of weeks, I would have thought. You've got Declan a couple of weeks. Ozanzala is probably long term. So yeah, it's not been easy. It's not been nice when you miss probably 3 of your bigger, better, stronger players. But like I say, that's something that happens to every club, every manager up and down the country. Every squad will have injuries, and that's part and parcel of the game. So, and by no means will we be using that as an excuse. The players that we have at our disposal at this moment in time should be good enough and proved that they are good enough and they can play at this football club.
Yeah, the two lads up front, Evans and Palmer Holden, have certainly taken their chance in the last few weeks.
Yeah, they've done well. Look, you'll expect the young lads. You'll expect Will is obviously a novice to the game. He's I think this is only his second season in professional football. Young Seb, this is only his third or his fourth senior start the other evening. So yeah, they are young, they are naive, they are novices at this level. So you would expect a little dip in form. You would expect a little dip in the performances. Yes, I'm fully aware of that, and hopefully you know, if that comes along, hopefully we have the backup and we can look over our shoulder onto the bench and bring the correct personnel onto the pitch and maybe take the workload off them. But they've been very, very good the last few games. Will Evans to come away is it 4 goals now he's on, and Seb as well. You know, to pick up goals the way they are, and the work rate, their effort, their attitude, their commitment to the cause is second to none. And look, they will blow up. They will run out of gas at some stage. I'm pretty sure. But look, we got to keep them up, keep them at it where we can, and get what we can out of them. And when such circumstances arise, we can maybe and hopefully have 1 or 2 others in the building that can maybe share the load with them.
Is there any chance of getting anyone in before tomorrow, or is that unrealistic?
I won't have any players. No, I wouldn't. We won't. We've not got. Like I say, I'll probably have to wait on the Kyle Jameson. The reports, the scan on and what they tell us on the Kyle Jameson one. So I don't have anybody coming back out of the medical room other than James Clark. I don't think we'll get out and in tomorrow. No, I'm not that far down the line with anything. There's 3 or 4 players that I'm speaking to, 3 or 4 players that we quite like, but getting them and getting them over the line is going to be obviously my challenge. But we are actively looking. We do actively have ongoing conversations with players and clubs. So it's ever evolving, I won't say. It's moving. It's a fluid situation, shall we say? And yeah, we are looking to try and bring in a striker, and hopefully now the news on JMO comes back, Kyle James comes back positive, that we don't have to change our recruitment policy.
Yeah, fingers crossed. You mentioned just finally experience you wanted up front and knowledge, and Troy Deeney coming in there. I mean, does that sort of highlight the difference in budgets that you're up against?
Well, I don't know anything about budgets. I tend not to speak about budgets. That's not my remit, my job. But yeah, it's an experienced pro. He will definitely, you know, you could look at Troy Deeney and you bring him into our changing room, how he would help Seb Parma Holden, and how he would help even an Omar Bogle and Will Evans. So yeah, I can see that's massive. You know, you look at a Matty Taylor over at Forest Green as well. So they are really, really tried and tested and trusted players, and proven players at a higher level, never mind League Two. So yeah, that's a nice luxury for Forest Green to have. That's brilliant, but that's Forest Green, not us. I probably haven't got that luxury. I probably won't be able to do something like that. But yeah, that would be something that would be. I would relish something like that. But look, we are where we are. We are who we are. And we enjoy it. We enjoy what we are. We enjoy who we are, and we enjoy the challenge that we've got. So it is what it is.